So if you guys remember me making a video a couple weeks ago about what's that noise in my filter, well, this one, I think the impeller housing is finally worn. This filter I've had since it first came out, somewhere between 10 and 13 years ago. It hasn't been used that whole duration of time, but it's one of those things where these things run constantly. So they get a lot of wear and tear, and that's why I harp about taking care of them and servicing them and maintaining the impellers, cleanliness, and so on. This one is about worn out, as you can hear from the noise. It's not near as bad as when I first cleaned it and put it all back together, but it's getting worse. So I'm going to swap it out with this one here, which is a Cascade 1500 as well. And I want to say thank you, Joe, from Martini Joe's. Actually gave me this filter. Well, I kind of worked it off. I can talk about that at a later date, but thank you again, brother. Really appreciate it. Mine dying out like it is, I can use this one for parts and still have that one also. I'm sorry I got the flash on. That's just the introductory, so I'm gonna swap them out. If you guys would like to see that, go ahead and stay tuned. If not, check out my last video. So if you haven't noticed, it's a lot cleaner around this tank now. I just figured I'd throw that in there. No step ladder beside it or anything. Yep, let's keep moving forward. So here's the new filter at hand. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the old filter from the tank, and we will get this filter swap completed. So the seal is already worn out on this one as well. But I'll still have a spare impeller that I just replaced. And all we do is we unhook these. I'm gonna have to grab a towel. Kind of go from there. See how it's leaking around here? I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but that's what it does when you shut it off. Those seals go bad. They're like $9. But with the housing already having trouble staying primed and all that, I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it. So we have it all unplugged. You can pop these hoses off. And they always dribble a little bit, which is okay. Not a big deal. Not a deal breaker. It doesn't really hurt anything. Let me slide it out. Let's move it along. Nice shot of the tank for you and the in between. Alright, enough of that. Let's get to work, guys. And head to head, I'm going to clean them back here in my little sanctuary utility room. So this will be a fairly quick and easy demonstration. This is the old filter, so we're going to pop this off. It's going to leak water out everywhere, which is okay. Take the housing off of that one. And I think these are old, new tracks. So, it is what it is. I'm not sure how the old was designed in comparison to the new. There's a big possibility that the trays might be different. See how that's connected in there? I had to put Teflon tape to keep it steady because the O-ring was worn out. So those are all things to keep in mind with swapping them out here. So I'll pull out the trays. This one has carbon and I could go ahead and replace that. There's that matrix. That's matrix carbon. That's right. Matrix. Those are blue. So let's see. I'm going to pull this out and then I'll come back. It's not too dirty because I've already cleaned this one a couple weeks ago when I started hearing that noise. I honestly don't think there's any difference from the old blue trays to the new ones because they're the same other than being blue and white. But just because I'm going to swap the trays out by using this. And this will be my first tray that goes in. So I will remove this and take it out of here. It should fit like a glove. Yeah. So yeah, that works just fine. Out. I always keep eyeballs in the bottom of my Cascade canisters so it breaks up debris and stuff down below and traps it. It makes it a lot easier to service and clean it out. So I think that's pretty well level. So, it looks like they're touching, but I don't know. That it would make any difference for me to take them out or not, I don't know. It would be about the same either way. I might sit a little further down in there. Generally, I mean, I really don't need them in there anymore. It would set lower. I'm not sure that it matters. So I'll swap out a couple more of these trays. That's basically all I'm doing at this point. So I'm doing this basket. That one had a combination of Biomax by Fluval, ceramic rings by Marineland, and let's see, Matrix by Seachem, which I love the Seachem Matrix. I've used it for years and it's never let me down. Doesn't really matter, I mean, you use whatever porous media you want for your biological filtration, but I like that. It works well for me, and mostly used in my bigger tanks, so it works for me. mine up. I do the biggest pad in the bottom. The lower porosity. I don't think I want that in there. I may do it differently. This. Swap my chemical filtration and I'll show you that. And this is what I'm going to use for chemical filtration. I did have a bag of ChemiPure, but it's in my sump. I'm debating on whether or not I want to throw it in this filter so it's not so blocked off with chemical filtration. This stuff does a great job, so I generally don't run carbon or anything like that in my canisters because I have no need to. But I did treat with some meds about a week ago, so that actually helps in aid in removing it. So we'll go from there. So we insert this in here. Sorry, pretty boring video. I try to make some commentary for you, but not a whole lot I can say. I set mine up with the bigger pores at the bottom. Porosity scale lower means less pores, the bigger holes, and then the higher the porosity, the higher the micron, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, tinier and tinier holes. So I start with the big pores and the bottom two trays and work my way to finer, like polishing pad, and only one polishing pad. And then I do my biological media. I have two trays of that, the lava rock, and then the Biomax and ceramic ring mix with the pond matrix in it, and then my chemical filtration in the top basket. So now we'll just put water in it and we'll get it hooked up and primed and ready to go. Perfect. I went to go get water in my green bucket and had to go to the bathroom to get it out of the tub, and my wife was trying to paint the dog's nails. She opened the nail polish and she took off running. I don't blame her personally, but anyways, I thought you guys would find that funny. This guy's a stunner, but he keeps picking on my, I think, German blue or something like that. I have to come up with a solution soon, guys. So I have it all filled with water and get the top on it, get it in front of the tank, and then I get back.
That's my commentary.
So this one I'll be able to run the filter without the little Rubbermaid tote underneath it to catch water just in case it leaks. So I'm going to put a towel under it for now and then check it here in a little bit. Just do the same thing in reverse. Just got it all started up, and it's attempting to purge the air out of it now. It's hard to focus. There it goes. All the micro bubbles are out. Those are all coming from the bubble stone from down here. Aquaponics cylinder. Alright. And if you guys want to know how I set up my filter, full demonstration You can check out my how to clean Cascade 1500 canister filter. Otherwise, I will see you next week with something new. Appreciate you all tuning in. Please subscribe if you're into fish and you don't want to miss any of my videos. And every like and comment is much appreciated, even if it is constructive criticism. And I hope you all have a great day. Peace.